Hey y'all, hey! So, in today's video, we're going to do the bow tie box. Okay? Just in time for Father's Day. Let's go and get into it.
A journey through time.
Hey y'all, hey! I'm your girl Wendy. Welcome to A Journey Through Time. Welcome all my journey travelers. If you're new to the page, welcome. And of course, if you've been here a while and you're a journey traveler, hey, welcome back. Okay? So, um, we are doing the bow tie box. Okay? So, how many pieces is it, you ask? One, two, three, four, five, and six. We only have six pieces, so it's not going to take that long, I hope. All right, so let's just go on and get into it. All right, y'all. So the first piece, one of the most important pieces, is the bottom piece of this box. This here is what you would get, which is cardboard. It will already be spliced, just like this. Okay, just to make life just a little bit more simpler, and that you get it right. Okay, so with that being said, you're gonna take your two bows, look like barrettes. Now, I could have made these round like I started to, but it kind of makes the stability, we want it strong. Okay, so when it comes to bumping up your sides, that could cause a little bit of a problem, if that makes any sense. So if and when you get these, there's a right and a wrong side, and this is how you can determine the right and the wrong side. If you put these together like this and you look at it, you will see some space up in here. These will not match, right? Let me make sure I'm telling you this right. Now I turned it again, and now it's on the right side. They're matching up all the way around with the curve and all that good stuff. Okay, so the curve is for the bottom of the bow. This curve right here is for the bottom. This curve, a little bend, and then another slant up, that's for the top, if that helps any. All right, but the most of it, the curve is at the bottom right here. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put one aside for right now. We'll come back to it in a minute. And yeah, I said that right. And we're going to do the thing that we all hate doing the most, and that is gluing this onto the bottom. Y'all already know the procedure on this. We're just going to take it and we're going to bump it up. And this is the reason why we have this spliced. This piece here is going to come much bigger than you're used to having, but I'd rather you have too much than not enough. All right, so I see a little jagged edge right here before I even start. And if you see little stuff like this, y'all know I'm human. Just go on and just chip it off, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna use the smaller heat gun today. I'm not using that big joke I used on the last video, so I'm gonna use a smaller one. Hope it still do the job. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead on and add some glue where I need it to go. Right. Now you could do just a little bit at a time because it is hard to hold this down. And this is where most of the headache comes in any of these, is just trying to get it to just stay glued to something. I had told someone before that whenever you have problems getting stuff to stay glued to something, the best way to do it is to add a piece of tape to it. Okay, if you're going to cover up your design, then add a piece of tape to it. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Hold on. Matter of fact, I should have got the tape first before I started this. But get your piece of tape. All right. So you know where you started it at, right? I'm going to flip it back over on this side so I can see what I'm doing. This is where I started at, right here at this corner. Take your piece of tape It don't have to be as big as mine is. All right. And lay it. I want to cut up because I'm showing y'all. But lay it just like this and down on whatever it is you're sticking together. Just like that. Okay. You can keep it there if you want to. That's your choice. And I've done that too. Okay. And then that way it'll stay in place while you continue to glue your piece on. All right. That's like an extra hand. Basically, that's what I call it. So now I got to go back in here because I done did all that moving around and try to see if I can get this glue to go back on. Alrighty. So all I'm going to do is glue this all the way to the other end of this bow. But I find that the tape helps a whole lot. Like I said, these are always the parts I hate the most, is having to add these bottoms or sides to something whenever it's cardboard and foam board. But cardboard is more flexible than anything else. That's why I love using it. I'm sorry if I don't have y'all in frame. Give me a second. I'm gonna run this glue on down this bow real quick. Okay, bring it back in frame. So all I was doing was adding the glue. There we go. Oh, see, I moved. So once you put it down, once you put it on here, just go back over it and check and see if it's the way you want it to be. How you know you got it on good is if you look on the inside of your box and see that it's glued pretty tightly. Now me, on the other hand, I like to go on the inside of whatever I'm doing and add more glue. That's just me. And that's all I'm doing. Just adding more glue on there. Wanting it to stay in place even more, and then I'll find something I got laying around, piece of cardboard or whatever, and I will press it down into that crease a little bit. Just like that. So once it dries, I could have came over. Let me show you guys something. Right here at the end, I could have came over just a little bit more because there could be an opening right here possibly when I get ready to put the sides on. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to keep going. So I'm cutting off the extra. Remember I told you I said I will give you a little extra of this. You'll have more than enough than what you need. You can cut that off after you get it glued on, okay? You could save it just in case you might have missed a spot, like over on this side, how I got it directly under there, but you just never know, right? Okay. So now that I got that on, we're going to take one of our side pieces, okay? And we're going to bump it from the inside. We're going to, over here so you can see from the inside, we're going to stick it in here, glue the bottom of it down to this and the side of it, just like this here, okay? Turn it either way you want to turn it. It's really up to you. Just as long as you do that. And me, such a perfectionist. But I like to graze my ends. I like to make sure that it's as flat as I can get it. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some glue right here from the top to the bottom and up this little wall right here. Okay. We're going to stick this in there. Slide it in real nice where we want it. And try to bump the bottom to it as it dries. It's not going to always be flushed, but you can make it flushed. Okay. So what I'm doing now is just pressing the cardboard into the foam board. That's what I mean by you can make it flush. Okay, and then take your glue stick and glue gun and just run you a bead of glue right on up in that corner. Like I just did the bottom. Do the same thing there too. It don't hurt a thing. Okay, just like that. Gonna let it dry a little bit before you go on. You're gonna come on the other side and you're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, sometime when you buy your foam board, right? You can sometime buy the foam board and it could have the measurements can really be off a little bit. It might tell you one thing on the picture or the tag and it be something totally different. And I'm starting to learn that the hard way. I'm always assuming that it's always, right, always accurate, but it's not. So what you see me over here doing is just sizing it up, seeing if I want to slice anything off. And that's another thing when you get your kits. It's for you to edit and change it how you want to, okay? Make it your own. When you get a piece and you want it to be, you feel like, I'm going to cut down a little bit and bump it up and then do this and do that. You can do that, all right? That's that playroom that you have to do that. So please, by all means, do it. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. You can't see it, but you already know what I'm doing. I'm going to slide this on in there the way I want it. Push the cardboard in the way I want it to be. These are also other pieces. These are also, you could also take these. I can't talk tonight. You can also take these and add tape to them as well. Okay, just like I showed you how to start this off. You can start it off with the tape. You can take and do the tape all the way through, wherever you need it to be to make it work for you. That tape can be your extra hands that you need. I do find pushing the cardboard into the foam board, it just works for me as far as getting it to mesh together and be one, and there not be any spaces between the cardboard and the foam board. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to go in that seam right there. And I'm going to, if I can get to it, I'm going to add some glue to it. I can't get to it. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Add me some glue to it. Grab me my little piece of scrap that I got over here. And take it and ram it down the side of the box. So that it sticks well. And that piece is just a little too big for me to get in this corner like I want to. There we go. So I'll just grab a piece of whatever I got laying around that I'm not using. This trash. Okay. So we're almost there already, y'all, believe it or not. Okay. So now, see where I'm going with this box? Okay. We're not putting the other side on yet. We got to put our shelf in here. Now listen. This is important. You can use this as your shelf if you want to. I wouldn't, but you can use this as your shelf. But if you think about it, how are you going to sit your stuff in it? You're going to have a big old slant over here in this corner, a big old slant over here in this corner, and a big heel right here. Okay. The best thing to do, this is another piece you're going to have to size up. I haven't sized it up yet. You're going to slide this in. Okay. Let me go and size it up. Hold on. And how I size it up, I just bump it up to the side of it until it'll go in for me. And I just keep cutting off pieces. Look, see, I still got some more room. Cut it down some more. So cut little bite-sized pieces first, okay? Everybody's, and the reason I do it that way is because everybody has something different when it comes to applying these things, all right? Everybody's measurements might be a little off, a little different. I want to run this where it sits right on top. Gotta get it in there first. But I want it to sit right on top of the heel that we have in here, right here. Okay. And then I want to make sure that it's even on both sides. So whenever I put my products in here, it does not collapse or lean over to the side or do the hokey pokey or whatever it does. All right. Another thing to do before you glue this down, you got to check everything. Okay. So I'm going to show you the wrong way to do this real quick. You see me putting this down? Can y'all tell what's wrong with this picture already? Look at it closely. And look at this side. You figure it out? Okay. This is what's wrong with it. See the difference? Just checking. Okay. Anyway, you want to make sure that you can bump this up to the side and close your box. That's what I was getting at with this before I started giving y'all a quiz. You want to make sure that you can bump this up, and this is going to still be able to do what you need it to do. And of course it will. Okay. But if it didn't, all you would have to do was slice a little piece off over here too. That's what I mean by measure it accordingly. All right. Because just because I measure it for you, there still could be places, you got to really, you just got to be mindful whenever you're putting anything together to just go and do your own measurements and make sure it looks the way you want it to look. So I'm going to add some glue to this side right here. Okay. The side right here. I'm messy with the glue, but I definitely want it on heavy. And this side right here. And of course, I'm not going to do the outside, but I'm going to put a little bit right here on this little heel. Just a little bit. Okay. That ain't really a little bit, but y'all know what I mean. I got to turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to come and show y'all what I'm doing. All I'm doing right now is sliding it in like a drawer. Okay, that's all I'm doing. And I'm moving it around, trying not to move it too much, but moving it. Whoop, whoop, y'all, that was hot. Mm. Trying to move it around until it looks the way I want it to look. And I have a little bit of opening, and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all see how I'm pushing it in right here on both sides? There we go. Right there. It's just now going in, but this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, and that's what you're gonna do. You can also press your bottom in because that's where you applied your glue. But I'm noticing that I might have cut a little bit too much off trying to get it in here. And that happens, it happens, it happens, okay? I'm not mad about it because you know what? My decoration is going to hide that. So I ain't mad about it. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This is what you should have. This is a little space that I have where I cut it just a little too short, sliding it in here, but we can fix that. I'm not worried about that. As long as this is strong enough to hold my product. That's all I want to know. And I want to make sure that it is leveled. And that's where you come in at. Okay. Now, if you done got this far, we're on the same page, right? So I'm looking at the bottom of this, and I told y'all it don't look like I need to cut no more, right? But when I look at this bottom of this is a little higher. You have the option to change that and cut that if you want to. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna do that. I probably won't. Let me see. Nope. I'm definitely not gonna cut it because it's fitting snug like I want it to. So I'm gonna leave it just like that. So the next thing to do is to add glue here, across here, right here, and right here. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna be fast. So just do the best you can and don't worry about the rest. Okay? Oops. Your girl cannot do a straight line to save her life. Okay. I think I'm gonna put some here. No, I told y'all to, but I'm just gonna put little drop-ins because this thing is so thin, it don't need but so much. Make sure you got it turned the right way before you put it on. Because you know glue. How it do. Okay? Go on and get it adjusted the way you want it. Sure it's on there properly. Where you push down too much, stand it up. Make sure it's standing on everything it's supposed to be standing on. Push it up a little bit on this side because it's like one side is looking right, the other side looking wrong. Okay. Okay. Now where your weight is going to come in for this box. And it's not lopsided. Actually, it's my table. But the way your weight, the weight it's going to come in at is the center of your box. It's not going to be the bottom of your box. Okay, that's just to close in the box, really. So, see how quick that was to put that box together. So now, y'all already know I'm gonna decorate it, but this is not part of the tutorial to teach you how to decorate because you already know how to do this. But I'm just gonna decorate it so you can see what it looks like to do so. But before I even do that, look at your box and come on the sides and, just clean it up. So if you have some pieces like hanging, let me show you. Right here, there's a little bit of hangover. We can go ahead on, if it's dry, pray it's dry. Go on and cut that off if you don't need it. Okay. There we go. So go around your box and just look around. It's cleanup time. Before you decorate it, clean it up. So decorating could be a little more simpler. Not too much of a headache anyway. Depends on how fancy you get. Okay. Now I'm looking at the back and the bottom and all that good stuff. Now, if you don't mind the hangover, then you can definitely leave it there. It is just a box, but I don't be wanting too much hangover because whatever I put on it, it's going to cause me a little bit of trouble. And I don't want trouble. I don't like trouble. Okay. Now, I'm going to use the mesh, the foam stuff that I always get from Hobby Lobby. That's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to put the bottom piece on first. I already cut it off. So this part right here, I'm not going to do too much talking. I'm just going to let y'all see me decorate this bow tie real quick. Okay. So I don't hold y'all good folks too long. All right.
Gentle to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing.
This right here is our bow tie box. Think it's cute. Okay, it has enough of space in here for you to put as much as you want in here or as little as you want in here. Fill it up with some shreds and some goodies and you're good to go. Okay, this is it. What do you think? It will be available on the website. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.